Hello BookTube. For this Tag Tuesday, I will be doing the BookTube Behind the Scenes tag. This tag was created by Robert G., reader of books, and I will have a link to his channel in the show notes down below. Prompt number 1. When recording a post, do you read from a prepared script, or do you prefer to refer to notes or a broad outline, or do you speak extemporaneously? So what I do is I usually speak extemporaneously. I will sometimes go over in my head what I would like to say. If there's a topic that's particularly bugging me, or there's a reaction, or if I'm sort of going over the tags that I want to do, or like with weekly reads, I will sometimes go over variations in my head, although that doesn't always translate into the actual videos I make. Prompt number 2. Do you edit before you post, deleting hems and haws, misspeaks, mispronunciations, and other common public speaking foibles? Do you remove things you didn't mean to say, or off-topic thoughts or comments you think might be misunderstood? No, I do not edit my videos at all. Question number 3. Have you ever edited a post after posting? Have you ever deleted an entire post? I don't think I've ever deleted an entire video before. I have edited the name of a post and maybe the description. I think I've done that much, but never I don't know how to edit videos, so I don't edit videos at all. Prompt number 4. Are there certain topics you avoid? Things you regard as too personal or too controversial? Yes. I don't feel comfortable talking about my personal life. And there are certain topics that I don't touch because I don't feel comfortable talking about them. Prompt number 5. Do your posts include graphics, special lighting, music, fast cuts, or other design enhancements? No. Question number 6. Do you have a target number of posts each week? I would like to do at least a video a day, but that doesn't usually pan out. Mostly because there are a lot of discussion videos I would like to make that don't work out because it's sometimes I struggle when I'm making a video to get that hook so that I can kind of continue going without any stops. Because if, like during the beginning of a video, if there's a mistake or something, I can usually stop it and try again. And then if it goes on, like once I've got going with the video, I won't stop. And sometimes if it's just not going, like at the beginning, after a certain number of tries, I will stop. And that usually happens with discussion videos because I sometimes struggle with kind of like as I'm making the video with the hook, even though if I'm going over the topic or talking to myself, it's a whole lot easier. I don't quite know how to explain it quite. Anyway, moving on to number 7. Are there certain themed posts you contribute to regularly, such as Poetry Thursday or What Are You Reading Wednesday? So last year I did do Poetry Thursdays for a little bit, although I haven't continued with it this year. And I've never actually heard of What Are You Reading Wednesday. For me, I have my weekly reading wrap-up is weekly reads, which I usually film on Fridays. Usually how it works is I will... so my reading week would start on Saturday. And so the weekly reads would cover what I read on Saturday up through Friday, with weekly reads coming as an evening video later than I normally post. But sometimes I will do an earlier one if there's sort of I'm starting a new book on Friday, or it's a beginning of a new month or something, that I will have an earlier weekly reads, which would then do Saturday to Thursday, and then the next weekly reads would be Friday to Friday. Sometimes I will also do a special video where I'm talking about just a select number of what I read. Usually if I'm doing a massive series reading project for a manga series, or like I'm planning on doing something separate for the April new releases in the manga series that I'm actively following. I should be getting those in tomorrow, so there will be a haul. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to read them tomorrow, because I'm thinking about reading some One Piece for the middle part of this week. Although I also have to rearrange some furniture, because the apartment complex is switching out the outlets, and some of the outlets are covered by bookcases. So I'm going to have to deal with that. Particularly because over here is going to be a pain in the butt for anybody to move. Anyway, but I'll make a separate video about that maybe later. Unless I want to go book shopping after I finish this video. I don't know. Anyway, where am I at? Okay, so besides weekly reads, I also try to do a monthly reading plan. Although those don't always go well. I mean, my preference is to have a large pile of possibilities and then whittle them down over the course of the video. But even then, things don't go to plan, as May has amply demonstrated, even though we are only 6 days in. Anyway, but I think those are the only videos are routinely like regular features. So moving on to number 8. How important to you is the number of your subscribers? Not at all, except for as an excuse to do a Q&A video. Is there a target number you're hoping to reach? Nope. If you don't hit your target, would you consider dropping out of BookTube? No. I have considered ceasing being an active BookTuber on occasion, but subscriber count has no bearing on that. Are your posts designed to attract new subscribers? No, I doubt it. Are you distressed if you lose subscribers? Not really. Number 9. Do you always respond when tagged? I try to. But usually I will do book tags that interest me. Number 10. Do you respond to viewers' comments? I originally would do like a thanks or you're welcome. Sometimes I will respond at more length, but I've gotten to just using the heart sort of emoji thing. And then we'll respond if the comment needs response, or I remember to respond, because there is a comment that calls for a response that I've forgotten about. Of course, given the fact that I've also forgotten what I like about Omarote's. Anyway, And are your responses lengthy or only a thumbs up or down? Usually, if I do respond, they'll be very short. Number 11. Have you ever blocked anyone from viewing or commenting on your posts? So a few years ago, there were an invasion of bots that they would leave fairly inappropriate comments. Then I think I blocked them or removed them. For an actual person, I don't think that I have. Or if I did, it would have been like the very beginnings of my channel, or as being an active booktuber. I mean, this channel's been around for probably since YouTube's been around. It's just I've been mostly a viewer rather than a creator. Number 12. Tag some BookTube friends. If you'd like to do this tag, consider yourselves tagged. Anyway, that was the behind the scenes BookTube tag. So, until I see you next time, BookTube, thank you, have a great afternoon, and stay safe.